So welcome to Goodwood and the Elise 250 Cup. Now Goodwood is a fiendishly fast track. You'll see peak speeds here higher than you will at Silverstone. It's not the first place you'd think of taking an Elise, but it really is somewhere that will get the radical aero kit working. And what a sight it is to behold in the carbon. It's not just for show either. Lotus actually claim it produces 66 kilograms of downforce at 100 miles an hour. Which compares to somewhere around the 40 mark for the Exige. The option to have all the aero parts in carbon costs £4,000 in total and saves you 10 kilograms, bringing the all-up weight down to 921 kg in its lightest spec. This particular car, which has been used as a press car, is not in the lightest possible spec. It's got a full leather pack including leather sills, and it's also got air conditioning. It's a very cool looking thing overall, and just look at the size of that diffuser. In fact, the whole thing looks so aggressive and focused. It's easy to think that it might be some kind of edgy track weapon. But that's not the case at all. It's one of the most benign, reassuring and confidence-inspiring cars you will ever take to the track. Now in that Elise S1 that's just taking off ahead is actually Lord Bibbs I, founder of the Lotus forums. Here on cold tyres at about 80 miles an hour, and the nose pushes a little bit wide. You'll see on the very next lap this doesn't happen at all at 90 miles an hour, so this is just cold tyres. Here's Ford water, which is a flat kink in this car. We're doing about 120. We'll do over that later on in the day. And then this is the corner known as No Name, because it doesn't have one, before the first left-hander into St Mary's, and again the car just needs a bit of correction on the cold tyres. This is now into 11, which is the third gear, one of the slowest corners on the track, and a place a lot of people seem to get caught out. And then it's a fast run down to Woodcut, which in this car was seeing around 130 on faster laps. Incredible how late you can brake here into Woodcut. Then the chicane, which is the slowest corner on the track, but it's still, even on the first lap, warm-up lap, it's still over 50 miles an hour through there. So it's an incredibly quick track. So here we are now with some temperature in the tyres, and we're carrying a good 10 miles an hour more speed through Madrick. On the approach to Ford water here, we are flat in 5th, tipping in just shy of 120 miles an hour. In hot pursuit of Bibbs himself, the man himself. You can see we're gaining on the 111S, but the most surprising bit for me is after this section, which is from here on, it's absolutely flat out. Now if there was a massive difference in power to weight ratio, I'd be able to reel in the 111S a lot quicker than this, but as you can see it's very slight really. So I came away being very impressed actually by the 111S down here, and he managed to hold me off for the whole length of the back straight, which I thought was impressive. Nice bit of trail braking here into the chicane in the 111S. Now I'm taking it as second gear, which as you can see slams straight into the cutout, so I lose a bit of time. Third is a better gear for this corner. pretty significant lap time advantage overall. I managed to make up a 10-second head start in a little over 2 laps. It does succumb in the end to the inevitable, but I was really impressed with the 111S, and it's amazing how small a significant lap time advantage looks when you see it corner by corner. Now the grip from these Yokohama AO 48s is sensational. They're an inch wider at the front than the 220 Cup, and that gives you fantastic cornering and braking ability. It makes it a very neat and precise car to drive on track. You'll see there's very little steering correction going on. There's very little needed. Understeer and oversteer are so well contained, and the car is so stable, thanks at least in part to the aero pack, that the traction control system was switched off from the first lap and it stayed off. Now it's through this flat out kink at Ford Water that you can really feel the aero parts working. It's such an easy flat, you can do it all day without even thinking about it, even at 120. Whereas in the Exige at 130, you have to fight the urge to lift, and you're never tempted to turn the traction control completely off. Demonstration of this car's stupendous braking ability and how hilariously late you can brake, just have a look at this run up into Madgwick. So have a look at that 50-metre board there. This is a freeze frame of the braking point. Compare that with the braking point for the Exige V6 Cup. Just look how far away the 50-metre board is there. Now of course the Exige is approaching the corner quicker, but anyone who's been in an Exige V6 knows how strong the braking performance is, and I think they're likely to be as impressed by the Cup 250 as I was. Now that, folks, is the clearest demonstration I think I can give you of the benefits of a 921 kilo curb weight. I think it's pretty obvious to tell that I absolutely love this car. I mean, it's a 920 kilo Elise with carbon aero parts that generate proper downforce. I mean, how could I not love it, really? The Exige is, of course, quite a big step up, especially in Cup form. But I suspect the Elise would also be quite a step down in terms of running costs. The tyres were completely unmarked after a full day at Goodwood, so I'm sure you'll get an entire season out of the set, if not probably more. So it's a great choice for somebody who's planning to really do a lot of track days. I could do with a few more revs from the engine and a few more pops and bangs from the exhaust. It feels like it could handle 300 horsepower without even breaking a sweat. It's properly over chassied, but overall it's a great package. It might look expensive in the showroom, but it makes a lot more sense from behind the wheel.